Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my series of X-Men reviews. I am reviewing every single X-Men movie leading up to Deadpool and Wolverine. And today is X-Men Apocalypse starring James McAvoy, Ty Sheridan, Michael Fassbender, and Evan Peters, and Nicholas Hoult and Oscar Isaac. In the 1980s, the X-Men must defeat a powerful mutant to thrive through bringing destruction to the world. The question that I have about these newer movies, right off the bat, is that these are supposed to be prequel movies, right? So it's like, are they a prequel trilogy? Are they reboots? Are they soft reboots? Where does the original movies take place? But are these backstory, or are you completely soft rebooting it? Because one of the things that got me in first class was that the original trilogy had no mention of Mystique and Xavier being friends at all. So, but the timeline is just a little confusing to me. Because we get introduced to the first class version of Nightcrawler, like the new soft reboot version of Nightcrawler in this, and we also get introduced to our new Cyclops, played by the kid from Ready Player One, and Jean Grey, Storm, and Angel, which were pretty big parts of that original trilogy, and even last movie with X-Men Days of Future Past, right? So I think that was one of the things where it's like, okay, where exactly does this take place? So I just find it really interesting. But I think that these X-Men movies have a lot of highs and a lot of lows, these newer ones. Not that these X-Men movies are all bad. I think that... But I found it hard to rank these movies because I don't know if I like them better or worse than the last one I watched. You know? How, like... I mean, spoil for my ranking when Deadpool and Wolverine comes out. But so far, Days of Future Past is in my top 5 X-Men movies, which, spoiler alert, these other ones feel like they'll need to get them different ratings because I need to have something with a different rating, but also I wasn't really into X-Men First Class, so to me that is the second worst X-Men movie, right? So I think that that's one of those things where it's like, what really matches up with that, you know? Like, I don't know. But I think that when we get to my X-Men movie ranking, I will talk about my placement of all these movies and stuff. But this movie has a lot of things that were better than Days of Future Past, if you know what I mean. But also, there are moments that are worse than X-Men Days of Future Past. I think that there was... I mean, I can talk about this, but something that I really liked about this movie is that I really liked the origin of Scott and Jean's relationship before Jean has the whole relationship with Wolverine, even though that Wolverine at this point is thousands of years old. Not like thousands of years, but it's definitely older than them because like when you but it's like one of the things where it's like because Cyclops in the original movies, James Marsden does a great job with what he's given. And he was a perfect casting for Cyclops, but I feel like that they kind of shoved into the back line was like, Wolverine is the front and center, and I love Wolverine, that's one of the reasons why I love those movies. But I think that I see why that's like, okay, we need Cyclops to be at the forefront. And I'm loving X-Men 97 at the moment. So I think that there are things that is like, look, we need to shove Cyclops, Jean, Storm, Rogue, Beast, Gambit, Jubilee, all these characters at the front. And Wolverine, not that he needs to be at, like, the back and we hardly see him, but he needs to be, like, one of the side characters, if you know what I mean. Something that I lost my mind when watching this, when I saw some claws and I was like, yes, Wolverine is in this movie. Because, like, it's like, what did Mystique do with him at the end of Days of Future Past? Which makes no sense because, like, it would make sense if that was River Striker and not Mystique. But anyway. But it's like, what did Mystique do with him? Because it's like, obviously he's not going to be... Obviously he's going to be a pretty decent part in the next one, right? Because, like, nah, let's just make him a cameo. I mean, it was a pretty cool cameo. Seeing the actual, like, Weapon X part of Wolverine with his shirt off and the big helmet and everything, and then him running down into the forest. But that was just kind of like, that was an awesome cameo. But that's like, what's the point of that? Which at least with the First Class one, with Magneto and Professor X walking into the bar and meeting with Wolverine, and him going, oh fuck, go fuck yourself. At least that one was also a bit of a plot-driven thing, because it's like, they want to recruit all these different mutants, but it's like, no, we actually need to rethink of some of these choices that we have. So, that one was like, that one was actually necessary. This one was like, it's cool to see, but what's the point of it? Especially since Wolverine was such a integral role in the last one. It was such like, oh my god! Like, come on. So, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, what? Come on. Because it's also one of those things where it's like, I feel like when they start off the movie, it starts off good, but then somewhere, at some point, it just falls off a cliff. Which, I mean, spoiler alert, I mean, I already recorded my review for Days of Future Past, but I don't love that movie as much as everyone else, but I do think it's one of the better X-Men movies. But I don't think it's one of the best superhero movies ever made type thing. But I do think it's one of the better X-Men movies that we've had. That is not a Deadpool or a Logan type of thing, right? So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay. It's strange seeing Oscar Isaac in a superhero movie that's not a Star Wars sequel trilogy movie, and I haven't seen Moon Knight, and even though that it is cool having him in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and even that slight Into the Spider-Verse mid-credit scene where he's Miguel, I think that there's something about it that's just like, why does this guy need to be a douchebag? Spider-Man 2099 is meant to be cool. And it's like, anyway, now we're getting into a whole Spider-Man thing. But no, I think that there are really good things in there, in this movie with Oscar Isaac, but he does kind of get pushed to the sideline a bit, and I think it's just one of those things where I'm just kind of like, weird. But I think I need to give X-Men Apocalypse a 2 out of 5 stars. It started off well, but at some point, it just rolled off a cliff and became a really slow and boring movie. But I did like elements of this movie. But definitely one of the worst X-Men movies out of the newer ones, in my opinion. So guys, I'm going to go straight into Dark Phoenix, and now I'm going to do Logan, and now I'm going to do Deadpool 1 and 2, because I was going to do it in release order, but then I was like, no, actually, you know what, I'll do the Deadpools last, because that is, because then at least we kind of see the last Wolverine movie in Logan, and then we get to pick up with Deadpool, and we can go straight from Deadpool 2 to Deadpool and Wolverine, which is so cool. So, guys, please hit the like button down below if you haven't already. Subscribe us to the little bell icon to get notified of future videos I make. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.